Admiral Zexathera of the Galactic Council watched the tactical display with barely concealed amusement. The human fleet, if it could even be called that, hung in space like scattered debris. 23 mismatched vessels, ranging from military destroyers to converted cargo haulers, faced down the might of the hegemony's third battle fleet. 300 pristine warships arranged in perfect formation, their hulls gleaming with ceremonial polish. "Look at them," chuckled Commander Veltok, his mandibles clicking in the Krathery equivalent of laughter. No formation discipline, no uniform design philosophy. Half their ships appear to be held together with what humans call duct tape. The assembled alien officers in the observation deck shared the amusement. The humans had been the newest addition to the Galactic Council, a species that had barely crawled out of their single solar system before demanding representation. Their military doctrine was considered a joke among the established powers. "Sir," reported the communications officer, "the hegemony is demanding unconditional surrender from the human fleet. Standard protocol calls for immediate compliance when facing 15-to-1 odds." Admiral Zexathera leaned forward in his command throne. The humans had been protecting a small mining colony on Kepler 442b, a world the hegemony claimed as ancestral territory. Most species would have withdrawn by now, recognizing the futility of resistance. The human response came through the comm system in that peculiar flat tone their species favored. "Negative, hegemony fleet. We're here to stay. If you want this rock, come and take it." The observation deck erupted in incredulous chittering and clicking. Even Admiral Zexathera felt his facial tendrils twitch in surprise. Such bravado from a species that had lost every major engagement in the past 50 years. "Begin recording," Zexathera ordered. "The Council will want to study this for the archives. Perhaps it will serve as an example of why emotional decision-making leads to extinction." The hegemony fleet moved with textbook precision. Their capital ships formed the center, heavy cruisers on the flanks, destroyers screening the formation. It was beautiful in its mathematical perfection, exactly as their war colleges taught for millennia. The human fleet did something unexpected. Instead of forming defensive lines or attempting to flee, they scattered. Not randomly as it first appeared, but with purpose that defied conventional military wisdom. 3 ships dove toward the asteroid field. 2 more powered down their engines and drifted like dead hulks. The rest split into groups of 2s and 3s, moving on seemingly chaotic vectors. "What are they doing?" muttered Commander Veltok. "No established doctrine covers this. This mess?" Admiral Zexathera studied the display more carefully. In his 400 years of military service, he had never seen anything quite like it. Perhaps desperation makes them unpredictable. The hegemony commander apparently thought the same. His fleet maintained formation, moving to envelope the largest cluster of human ships. Standard tactics called for concentrating firepower to eliminate enemy vessels in order of threat assessment. That's when the humans revealed their hand. The 3 ships that had entered the asteroid field emerged from the other side. But they weren't alone. Somehow, in the span of minutes, they had rigged dozens of asteroids with chemical explosives and crude guidance systems. The makeshift missiles streaked toward the hegemony formation at impossible angles. Simultaneously, the dead human ships powered up, revealing they had been coasting on calculated trajectories. They emerged from the hegemony fleet's blind spots, their weapons already charging. But it was the scattered groups that delivered the real shock. Each pair of human ships had positioned themselves to create crossfire zones. As the hegemony fleet tried to maintain formation while avoiding the asteroid bombardment, they flew directly into overlapping fields of fire. "Impossible," breathed Veltok. "The computational requirements for that kind of coordination. Their ships don't have quantum processors." Admiral Zexathera watched in growing amazement as the human tactics unfolded. They fought like nothing he had ever seen. Not with the rigid discipline of the hegemony or the swarm tactics of the hive worlds, but with an improvisational brilliance that seemed to adapt in real time. A human cargo hauler, engines damaged and listing badly, deliberately rammed a hegemony cruiser, but instead of a suicide run, the crew had evacuated to shuttles seconds before impact, turning their ship into a guided missile while preserving their lives. Another human vessel, outgunned by 3 enemy destroyers, led them on a chase through the planet's upper atmosphere. The humans skimmed the thermosphere at impossible speeds, their jury-rigged ship somehow holding together while their pursuers' precisely engineered hulls buckled under stresses they weren't designed to handle. "Sir," the communications officer reported, His voice strained. "The hegemony is requesting immediate assistance. They're losing." The observation deck fell silent. On the tactical display, the hegemony's perfect formation was in shambles. 15 human ships remained operational, but they had eliminated over 60 enemy vessels through sheer audacity and tactics that existed in no military manual. Admiral Zexathera stood slowly, his certainty crumbling. "Open a channel to the human commander." The response came from Admiral Sarah Chen, her voice calm despite the chaos surrounding her battered flagship. "Admiral Zexathera. Still observing? How?" Zexathera asked simply. Chen's laugh carried across the void. "You want to know our secret? We don't have 300 ships that all look the same, because we can't afford to think the same. Every battle teaches us something new. Every defeat makes us adapt. Your tactics are perfect, Admiral. Perfectly predictable." As if to emphasize her point, the last phase of the human plan unfolded. The mining colony they were defending revealed concealed weapons platforms, emerging from underground installations to catch the remaining hegemony ships in a devastating crossfire. The hegemony fleet, what remained of it, began to withdraw. Admiral Zexathera stared at the aftermath displayed on his screens. The humans had won not through superior technology or numbers, but through something the galaxy had forgotten in its millions of years of civilization: the ability to imagine new ways to fight. "Commander Veltok," he said quietly, "I believe we need to reconsider humanity's application for full council membership." "Sir?" "And perhaps," Zexathera added, watching the human ships regroup with their characteristic lack of ceremony, "we should ask them to teach us a few things about warfare." The galaxy had laughed at human tactics. Now, in the silence of space littered with the debris of a superior fleet, no one was laughing anymore.